welcome back to Waking Up with Kandy, where we share spiritual awakening journeys together. You know the drill. So today we have Teresa, New Earth alchemist, New Earth leader, just a strong, really strong pillar of strength and light. So I see that she's here. Thank you so much for joining. And let's go ahead and view it. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm sending you guys so much love. So much love. Okay, it's connecting. Hi, Carol.
Let's see, am I on earphones? Yep, okay.
You're good.
Half the time it wants me to have them off, half the time it wants me to have them on. So you have to go with the divine.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Sorry for my attire, that's another thing, because one of my patients downstairs is having a little hot cold flashes coming, healing from something, so heat rises.
Oh. That's okay.
I'm already on the hot seat. I don't need to add any more heat here coming, so.
I know. You are on the hot seat, I know. Yeah, that's okay. It's us, we're just chatting. No worries. I'm going to be sweating, so we'll just be
You know
together.
me enough. There's no throat chakra blockage. There's no filter. So.
I know. You're so funny. Well, Teresa, thank you so much for being on, and I'm so honored for you coming on and willing and courageous enough to share your story, your spiritual awakening journey and experiences thus far. I mean, it's kind of the beginning, but not the beginning. So much more to come. But how are you? Hi.
I had a nice relaxing day until about 30 minutes ago. Actually, about 45 minutes.
Aww.
Now, everybody wanted a piece of me again, so I'm like running around. So
you're like, okay, let me split myself in 300 pieces.
I'm always like that, though. But, yeah, so it was actually perfect timing. Divine gave me a few minutes to chill and center. And so it's always divine timing. It's our expectation that kills everything.
Yeah. Expectation and our limiting beliefs as well. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's dive right in. Deep dive into it.
I'm a water sign, so I'm used to that stuff.
Oh, you are? Oh, you are. Wow. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. Ooh, that's so cool. Okay, that makes so much connecting stuff in my head.
Cancer. Moon sign is Aquarius. Rising sign is Libra. So the balance of the I feel and I know.
Yeah.
And then I have a lot of Leo in my chart.
Oh, you do? Oh my God, one of my sisters does too, and she's like, oh, there's so much Leo there. Oh my gosh. But that's okay. Leo is the heart chakra. Yeah, but it's the heart chakra. It's the activator. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's that fire.
My Chiron, see, in a more fire, I have my Chiron's in that Aries.
Oh, wow, really? Oh, wow, Aries, I could
definitely. That's the wound. So, hello, my identity.
Oh, yeah. You're so funny. Okay. All right. So before we kind of get into, the events that transpired and, started to lead you on the path of your awakening, I kind of want to, find out what was, sorry, hold on. Like, oh my gosh, my kitten is over here knocking everything down. Oh my gosh. Anywho, I just wanted to kind of ask, I want to know, how were you when you were young, when you're little? Were you really intuitive? Did you feel really different? Like, what was your experience as a young Teresa? A lot
like I am now, because I'm an overgrown, responsible child.
That's the Aries in you, yeah.
That's what keeps me young at heart. No, thankfully, my parents never really took me to the doctor to get tested. I would have been extreme ADHD. I always high energy, always intuitive. In fact, in 7 years old, I got tested, and I had the comprehension level of a 14-year-old. So I was always years above So pretty much I should tell a quick story, sums up my childhood a lot, besides the fact, at 2 years old, I was playing with my neighbor, and her mom said, okay, time to go to the store. And I'm like, damn it, I'm not done yet. So at 2 years old, I got on my big wheel and went out of the housing track and up on the main drag, over the freeway. It was probably about a mile and a half away. Got to the grocery store, but then at 2 years old, I was like, if I get off my big wheel, man, somebody's going to steal it.
At 2 years old? That's funny.
So I went back and forth. I didn't see her. I'm like, okay, uncle, got to give up. So went back, and as I on the main drag up over the freeway and turning back into the housing track, I got picked up by the cops because somebody called, some little girl's going to get hit by a car driving the big wheel on the freeway. So I got picked up for the first time by the cops at 2. I learned my lesson, never again. So now my mom had me in year-round sports, usually 2 at a time.
Oh my gosh. She's like, we need to have all hands on deck at all times, have her busy, have this mind, really
had to get rid of. So I'll get more into this, but a lot of my purpose is finding out, because we're the biggest chemical factory there is.
Mm-hmm.
And almost every physical disease stems from the emotional or in chemical imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the ADHD. You're a high energy because you're already spiritually gifted. Okay?
Yeah.
What is it you struggle with those ADHD kids? Getting them to do something that violates their intuition. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's why you're struggling. You're going against their intuition. Instead of teaching them to tap into it, you're forcing other ways. And that is where the struggle is. Because they know they're not supposed to be doing that. So they're going to fight you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's medicate them and screw them up worse.
Right? No, but that makes sense, though. That really does. Yeah, that makes sense. And, because the children are so tapped in, especially the ADHD. And I think that also a lot of them have this this connection with the indigo or like the crystal vibe. Like they also have that intact. So they're very strong in their will.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's usually when you sit them down, like in school, at a desk, and give them subjects they don't want to learn.
Yeah.
When you calm that energy down instead of letting them express that energy and let it flow. So.
That's a good tip.
So I was always the little runt. In 4th grade, I was in a 6th grade class, so got picked on a lot. Parents got divorced around that time. I was about 7.5, 8. Of course, mom, being a single mom, now has to go back to work, and so of course, abandonment issues come up with that. But here's the thing: story I just found out about a year ago. I'm thinking my abandonment wounds are because I raised myself. Well, that just made me strong and independent, resourceful. Street smart. So those are benefits. There was a specific incident that happened that's like, no, that one time. We were at a restaurant, and I'm from LA. So I actually grew up in South Orange County and then moved to LA, going to college, and sort of stayed up there, Pasadena, San Fernando Valley area. So we were actually at a restaurant in Santa Ana, which anybody from anywhere near there knows that's not the best part of town. And I finished dinner early, and I was playing a video game. I got to get a high score, damn it. Mom walks by me, and it's time to go, now. I didn't move. I was playing. I had a high score, man. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's serious.
She straight left my ass there. It was like probably, I don't know, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And she came back at closing, which was probably around 10 o'clock. So for 2 hours, I'm sitting there going, what the fuck do I do?
Really?
I know enough. I'm not in the best part of town. Okay. Do I call the cops and get her in trouble? I knew that much. I wasn't in fear for my safety, really. It was just more, what do I do? Because that's another thing. I never had fear. I never had fear. Is she coming back for me? Do I get the bus home? What do I do? Do I just wait? And so, yeah, that's where my abandonment wounds came from.
And you had to make those type of decisions at an age that you shouldn't even have to make those type of decisions. Exactly. Yep. You're like, I don't know what to do. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So in all this healing, I've learned that awareness is everything.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
It's one thing to know what to do with it, but if you don't have the awareness, you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I got slapped with water sign. I love it.
It's like, here, we're cleansing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It really is the awareness of what it is, what problem you're solving. What is the root cause of it? And that is so much of it. Yeah, so I was very adventurous. Very intuitive. I mean, I can't tell you exact age, but somewhere around puberty, junior high, before high school, I had download that I'd have 3 kids. 2 girls really close together and a boy. And that I would pretty much see somewhere around 50th, strike it rich, which I eventually will do with all my healing stuff. And I'm going to be really damn old.
You're going to live to be... Wow, really? Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
So my kids, birth control, I'm at 0.01%. 2 times. Not once, but twice. So my daughters are 17 months apart, and my son is 3 years and 1 month later.
How do you make that up? Like, how does that even, like, you plan that? Wow, really?
There ain't no planning that. Wow. No planning that. But I always knew that. I can already feel it. My finances have changed so much in the last several years that, I mean, I bought my daughter a Mercedes not too long ago and paying her insurance and stuff. And I got my shit so tight. Never on my mind, always on my wallet. It's energy. Oh. How do you spend it? What do you invest in? Right? If you're chasing money, it's running from you. If you look at it as energy and an investment, what are you investing? Who are you investing in? Are you spending wisely? Once you change your perspective to that, you're a money magnet. It comes to you. I've taught a few clients how to do that.
I love it.
It's freedom. It's freedom. It's not greed. Right? I'm not chasing money. The only reason why I know I'm going to be rich and very rich is because of the way I spend it. What do I do with my money now? I give it to my kids.
Oh, yeah.
I invest in other people. Right? I have my needs taken care of. I have what I need, and I help others. I invest it wisely. That's why it just keeps.
Yeah, and you have that strong inner knowing too, and that download that came through. When, how did that come through? Like, were you in, how did it kind of?
I don't remember specifics of it, but I almost guarantee you I was in some body of water.
Interesting. Do you find
I grew up at the beach. I grew up at the beach. Oh, yeah. The ADHD thing, I struggle to sit down and do your typical meditation. So most of my downloads come when I'm in some sort of water or walking, fresh air, because the 2 air signs. So
yes,
you'd be surprised how much everything is drawn out in that natal chart for you. How your intuition works, how your downloads come in.
Yes.
What is the easiest way for you to tap to you?
Yes.
And why? Go ahead.
I heard you talk about this the other day. I'm on your lives, and I'm like, yes, exactly. No, I mean, it's really true. It's so true. So yeah, I'm all for that. Okay.
What's the Cancer? I feel. What's Aquarius? I know. Okay. I see, and then it just comes to me, and I set intention for answers I want to know. With Libra.
Balance.
So I have to balance between my head and my heart space, or which one I have to listen to.
Yeah.
So it's your intuition right there. I'm visual, so I see things. That's what OCD is, right? Schizophrenia is the audio. I had a client a couple of weeks ago calling me, she needed my time because her daughter was having a total meltdown. And that's all I had to go off of. She just, 2-3 days, just massively crying, having a total meltdown. Come on, we have 18-year-olds. You know it can be any spectrum of things. And all of a sudden I stopped her and I said, she's hearing voices. Oh my God, yes. And I go, please let her know she is not schizophrenic. She is not going crazy. That's when the information came out. Yeah, they wanted the therapist wanted to put her on drugs and blah, 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 and mental hospital. I'm like, no, that is her intuition. I sent them a couple of links on clairaudience, and hey, you have to tap in. That's one of the weakest of my clairs, so I can't, but if I continue to work with them, I'll learn as, the equal energy exchange while you're healing. I will learn information on that. And here's some research. Take what resonates with you as to how that's coming in. Why do people freak out on that? Because you have to translate. All those signs and synchronicities aren't English like this. It's a translation.
Yeah.
You have to learn, first off, lose the fear of everything. Learn the translation, and then you're not in fear of it and obsessing that you can't get rid of it. And you have that fear and that obsession, right? Push, pull, magnet, polarize.
Yeah.
Snowballs into a shit, which is a schizophrenia. The OCD is visual. Everything moves on you. Spirit's talking to you. You see shit. I blame my kids for years. Stop touching my crap. I moved away 2 years ago and nobody's up in my room. I can't blame anybody anymore. I already apologized to her. I'm sorry, guys. I realize it's not you now. When you put your keys down in a certain place and you know you put them down there and now they're gone.
Yeah.
Then you have to have everything neat and tidy. I have to know where everything is. Everything has to have its place because everything moves on me.
Right. And that reminds me of like was this maybe one of your synchronicities that happened in your early stages of, in that early awakening stages, like, oh my gosh, hold on, what does this mean? Because your knowledge is so vast. I mean, you really know a lot of stuff and deeply, and you're really also, not only are you like the truth seeker, but you're also connected so much into your heart. So you've been through a lot, and so take us back to the beginning, and like, when did it start for you and begin? I mean, whatever you can share.
Everything I've done, I've always had intuition. I've always listened to my intuition. What it used to be was little nuggets, 1 or 2 a day maybe. Once a month it'd be a big one. And I would miss so much of it because I wasn't full alignment, fully awake, and fully tapped into it.
Right. So you mean like a download would come through? Sorry, like a download or something would come through. Okay. Or in one of your clairs. But you didn't, at this point, you didn't know like all that yet. Okay.
It was just really walking through life of knowing but still having that veil over is the best way I can explain it. It's like you know stuff, but you don't know why you know it. Yeah. You don't know how you know it. But I know it. And see, everyone always asks me, because LA, melting pot, I knew it, different colors, creeds, religions, everything. So you get that question all the time. They'd always ask me if I was religious, and I'd always be like, no, I'm more spiritual. And I did spend a lot of time in the Catholic Church. And I always just never felt comfortable, never felt at home. So I'll warn you guys right now, if you don't want to be red pill, get the fuck off.
Everybody's welcome.
No, because what I'm about to say is going to trigger. Okay? Sign of the cross. Okay? You're taught to touch your heart. Put your elbow where your heart is. That's not a cross. That's an upside down cross. If you're signing the sign of the cross, you're going to be taught to touch your stomach. That's a legitimate cross. Right?
How do they normally do it? Or how do they normally?
They tell you, here, let me see if I can back this up a little bit. I don't know if it's going to go. And I got to keep it out of my incense. Okay. So, your heart's here. If I put my elbow there, top of my head.
Interesting.
See the cross? Reverse cross is the Church of Satan. Okay.
Wow. I don't know anything about Catholicism.
Yeah.
But,
And then here's the thing. You know about all the priests. Right? That's been going for a while. Go to the FBI page. Look at the FBI pedophile symbolism.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
So popes wear pedophile symbols. It makes sense now why the priests get transferred around and do not serve time.
Yeah. Is it something that started you kind of dove into that kind of rabbit hole at first, do you think? Or
no, that was sort of just, I knew something was off, but this was actually just something that I was quite on my healing journey for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then really the start of COVID, and I got tagged early on. I'm talking the beginning of March. Between my daughter and I run a nursing home, small nursing home here. So having the vulnerable and having to look out and protect them, I want to know what the hell was going on. So God sort of grabbed me by the neck or the chains and, okay, go through these conspiracy theories. My dad was a detective. Attention to detail. I ran restaurants for 25 years. Attention to detail. 3 teenagers at once. Attention to detail.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta catch them on stuff with the Aquarius moon sign. So one of my unique talents is taking a detail from way over here and a detail from way over here, and oh, wow, they fit.
Cool.
So I was able to see the whole matrix set up in a matter of 6 weeks and confirm it by so much of my personal experience. Living in LA and Hollywood. Married to a high-end contractor for 20 years. I've been in many of these Hollywood mansions.
She's got the
I drove for the studios.
Oh, wow. So wow, see? And it's even more interesting.
Okay. So I'll tell one story. Guy responsible for SpongeBob SquarePants. And that's about as far as I'm going to go into this.
Okay.
Remodeling his house and 3 stories. First floor basement wants a sound studio. Yeah, a lot of these guys do. We do a lot of sound studios, so no big deal. My ex is in the hallway doing hardwood floors. 2 of the day laborers were in this one room and removing like a wood paneling, like a wainscot type thing. Something that looks just like this.
Yeah, okay.
And they put varnish on. So as soon as they were done varnishing that wall, they bring the ladder out, stepping up and over my ex to get out of the hallway and up the stairs. Put the ladder outside, came back down for something else, and they start yelling, "Chupacabra," freaking out.
What?
So my ex goes running in the room, and there is little baby footprints. And I'm talking from floor to the ceiling. Remember, they just took the ladder out. You're talking short little Hispanic men. Okay? So my ex took pictures of this, and literally all the way up. He's got these pictures in LA. And there's okay. Problem solving. Here you go. Let's prove who the hell did it right here, right now. Nobody had the varnish. That's not going to wash off. Okay? None of these guys, and I'm very limber, could get their arms around on the floor and low enough to have made the first footprints. Then you got the ceiling part. Now, another fact is these laborers never showed up again. They would not go back to their job site.
Really? And
They
maybe, and they couldn't even think, well, maybe it was a mouse or a rat or any other type of rodent. Like that was.
Oh no, that's a baby footprint that literally, like, you're taking, like, your newborn baby, you're putting their hand in their footprint. I mean, to a T. Okay.
Was it in dirt or blood?
No, it was in the varnish, like fresh paint.
Oh.
It's like an oil, and then you put it in the fresh paint, which was a varnish. The varnish is going. You need acetone to get that crap off.
What?
So it's worse than an oil-based paint. That's like a super glue on your hand. There's no way you're going to wash that off in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. You're not getting that off.
Wow.
No way any person did this. Fast forward. Okay, all these rumors, Nickelodeon and Disney come out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden I see SpongeBob SquarePants, one of the driver's license episodes. And his driver's license is linked up to Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm.
That making sense? The baby footprint?
Yes.
Sound studio?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my
and see,
gosh.
my bad one just went off. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So yeah, many of these stories. So that's all the confirmation I need as to whether this crap is real. I don't troll the internet.
Mm.
Is it true?
Wow.
And it can be 100 degrees in here, and how the hell do you get a full body chills, including your legs, in that heat?
Yes.
That's the source.
Yeah.
When
and you know,
go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
No, I want to know, like, what is your indicator? What's your truth indicator? You know, your discernment, what you're saying, you know, you're like, okay, that resonates as truth to me, or no.
At the same point, it's like somebody's grabbing the back of my hair, and I get nauseous in my stomach.
And that's the not truth?
That's a no.
Oh, wow.
That's a no. And so, like, on my other channel, I got really heavily censored and shadow banned for truth. People I still use it now, send a whole bunch of information back and forth with a lot of sources I have, and I get sent stuff all the time. There's a lot of stuff I don't even open up. I don't have time to, so it's like, okay, is this worth my time? And I got a little nauseous feeling or a little tickle back here. No, I'm not even going to look at it. So you set intention, you're going to receive that real quick.
Yeah.
It's yes or no.
Mm-hmm. But, and your truth indicator is like maybe chills then, since you mentioned
full body chills. I mean, all the way down, thighs, shins, everything. And there's no mistake in it.
Wow. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even have to ask. So it's pretty
crazy.
It's pretty cut and dry for me.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you get to that part?
Right? Yes. How do you?
You have to. Well, first you're waking up. Let's get to the wake up, and then we'll get back to the intuition.
Yeah. So
half awake my entire life, guiding into, church didn't quite resonate.
Mm-hmm.
I knew, like, government-wise, the lobbyists control it, not the president, there's an outside force coming in. Little bits and pieces that I knew was off. I have enough doctors and nurses, microbiologists in the family that I've always known there's something wrong here with the mind-body connection. I went to school for physical therapy, but I was also already in a management job and playing 2 sports in college. I forget where my Virgo placement is, sorry. Anyways, yeah. So literally doing all that, I couldn't take a whole lot of math and history classes. So I overloaded, taking a lot of biology, anatomy. I took nutrition, kinesiology, principles of motion, and then just learning so much of the holistic as it goes. The whole medical profession just didn't make sense.
Mm.
3 years of psychology, went to high school, two in college, sociology. So as I was weeding through before I woke up all the stuff that just didn't resonate with me, I didn't know why.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up, that whole puzzle piece. Oh my God, this all makes sense now.
So cool, right?
Yeah.
I love that.
So my wake up story. Let's
And
see. Go back to my signs. What am I? A Cancer,
mm-hmm.
right? So, what woke me up? A damn relationship.
As it tends to be at times, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man.
So.
Yeah.
And biggest heartbreak of my life. You know, unrequited love. Somebody that had a lot of issues.
Mm-hmm.
And started out as a really good friend that, you know, I would help her out and listen and deal with some stuff, just keeping out of trouble and from doing bad stuff, and it just evolved into more.
Mm-hmm.
And people pleasing, you know, wanting to fix others.
Yeah.
It's the deflection and avoidance of fixing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It's what's healing. How are you going to help somebody else heal?
When you're ignoring yourself and, yeah.
Oh, I wanted to take her pain away, though.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah.
But how are you going to heal somebody else and help somebody else if you haven't done the work yourself?
Mm-hmm.
See, if I want to give you money, doesn't matter how much I love you and want to help you out, if I don't have it within myself, I can't give it to you or loan it to you. If I haven't put that investment in myself and I don't have self-love,
mm-hmm.
I'm pouring from an empty cup. What am I actually giving you?
Yeah.
It becomes a sacrifice. When you sacrifice something, then there's guilt or resentment on the other end of that. So you're getting a whole other shitstorm.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a mask and being what everybody else wants you to be or society taught you to be,
mm-hmm.
you're not being honest with yourself. If you're not being honest with your wants and your needs,
yeah.
how the heck are you going to be honest with somebody else in terms of your wants and needs?
Right.
If you're not giving yourself the wants and the needs and the love that you deserve and should be giving yourself, you're disrespecting yourself. How are you going to respect anybody else?
Mm-hmm. And it's being honest with yourself about that.
This is your holy grail. That's why nobody's ever discovered it. Are you pouring from a pretty empty cup? If I share that with you, how much do I have left? It's a sacrifice. When it's overflowing, it's an equal energy exchange. It's amazing. It's beautiful. It's heaven. You're whole. What is God? The energy of love.
Mm-hmm.
Love rules the world. Most people are just too blind to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm too scared to see it. Don't know how. Don't know where to go. And so how did you get to, from there, from that place of an empty cup? I mean, you just built yourself up. You just started.
I destroyed the whole cup. I did. The whole cup got destroyed. My career, the relationship, everything in a matter of about 10 days. Numerology.
I know, because and 10 is about endings. It's all about endings.
And guess what?
So.
Guess what?
It was in October.
3 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Yeah. That makes sense.
Biggest heartbreak. Got to the point where I was in so much pain because heartbreak can actually cause physical pain.
Mm-hmm.
I was 46 years old. Okay, I'm going to start my life entirely over. Are you kidding me? But you know what? I was miserable at work. I wasn't looking for another job. I wasn't asking for a transfer away from my district manager, who was an absolute idiot. But he was an idiot for my benefit because I learned so much more in those last two and a half years working with him. Every single time he came and told me something stupid, it made me smarter and more creative to stretch and grow. Yeah, he annoyed the crap out of me, but it was for my own benefit. Same thing with my ex. Okay, she broke my heart every which way, shape, and form.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up, blocked, gaslit, done, cut off, moved. And I'm like, what the hell did I do? A couple weeks later, I got literally on my hands and knees and on my knees and just, please, God, take away the pain. And a couple days after that, I wake up on 3 hours of sleep with, instead of my meditation music, it went from my Spotify to YouTube to an hour and a half long twin flame video.
Really? On its own kind of thing? Or you're
and my phone is charging. It wasn't like it fell asleep on me, I rolled over on it. It was on the table next to me, charging.
Oh my God. So you needed to see that video, and then you saw it, and you're like,
and then from there, I literally just cocooned for 6 months. I didn't work. I barely talked to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I locked myself in the room, and I'd go for walks. And just watched everything. And, oh, my God. You know, the twin flame thing was the carrot. I got to fix myself. I got to get her back. I got to fix myself. I got to get her back. Kept me, the hamster on the treadmill, going.
Yeah.
And
because then once you're fixed, then you guys can
then we're going to come back together. Yeah. Oh, can't we? Let me tell you, the twin flame, it's all about you. Your masculine and your feminine energy. There's no other half of your soul. Okay? Just another one of those labels to screw you over. Okay?
There's so much about dependency.
Do not fixate on anybody else. Okay? That person is there because they are your perfect mirror. Okay? They are going to show you everything that you need to fix within you. Okay? And I've been dealing with a few of my clients with this. Oh, but he did this. She did this. Okay, stop with those actions. Stop with the other person. No matter who that person is, you can keep replacing it with somebody else. It's the actions and how you felt that you need to focus on. Okay. Oh, they cheated on me. Okay, and the next person's going to cheat on you. And the next person. So, it's not, they were cheating on themselves, but how did that make you feel? Why did you silence your voice? Why did you tolerate that? Why are you seeking or attracting a partner that's not fulfilled within the relationship?
Yeah.
That's the mirror you have to come back on yourself. It's not about their actions. It's about how their actions made you feel.
And what you're allowed in your life and why. Coming back to being real honest with yourself. If
you're not ready to do that self-reflection, and you're blaming, you're making excuses, oh, this is just the way I am, and my childhood did it to me, guess what? That your ex cheated, your next partner is going to cheat, the next partner is going to cheat, and you're going to keep going on the merry-go-round of hell until you decide to get the F off. So my ex was a blessing in disguise. I am so damn grateful. So grateful for those lessons. Changed my life in the most amazing way. No, I don't want to go back and repeat it. One and done. Please, thank you, Lord. But if it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't be who I am. If it wasn't for all those crappy experiences and the roller coasters through hell, it wouldn't be who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And once you have the awareness of that, which is a self-reflection, what's the lesson? Okay, how am I going to do that better next time?
Mm-hmm.
If I got presented with that same situation, how would I do better? Because here's the forgiveness part. I was doing the best I could with the knowledge I had at that time. But I can do better. And that's the competition. Do better today than you did yesterday. Do better tomorrow than you did today. It's not about anybody else. It's not about anybody else. And that competition, that the messed up belief system of having to conform and be like everybody else is what puts that mask on, right?
Yep.
This is more finding who you are, is letting go of all that. Letting go of the matrix. You might see it, but how do you exit it? And that's that healing journey that you have to go on. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, my parents taught me my belief system, my values, my ethics, right? But how much of theirs was right? Society and religion added to it. Schooling added to it. Mm-hmm. But how much of that's true and correct? How much do I want to kick out and how much do I want to leave? What's left in me that I believe in that? Once you find out that, what are your morals, your values, your belief system, that's when it starts getting into shoulder flex goes to the throat. Because everyone knows COVID, yet they still put their muzzle on and walk into the store. Mm-hmm. Why are they participating? Because they're too scared. Their voice. They don't have the conviction to speak up because they're still finding who they are. They're still too worried about the reputation. Reputation, here's why. Okay? Story hasn't ended with my ex. There's been a couple of court cases. I can't go into a whole lot. Still got flipping muzzled. Like, okay, still couldn't say crap. Okay. What was the lesson with those for me? Here's the thing. I haven't talked to her in 3 years. I probably never will. Who knows? My story is not going to be said, and I have to be okay with that. She can accuse me of whatever the hell she wants to accuse me of. I know I didn't do it. How is that conversation going to go? She has her truth, I have mine. She's projecting her childhood issues onto me, a lot of her behavior onto me. That's not my truth. We're going to fight. It's not worth my time. What makes up her vision of the truth? All right, we're like a computer, brand new phone. Until you've installed those apps, nothing runs on it. It's blank, right? So there's your growing up. What you've experienced, what your belief system on are your programs. This is why everybody has those rose-colored glasses. This is why I can only see you through a reflection of me, that tunnel vision. I can't understand putting myself in your shoes because I don't have that experience.
Exactly.
So if everybody I meet, know, come across, whatever, I have thousands of different reputations because everybody views me in a different way. Okay? I can't control that. You argue with somebody on who's right, who's wrong, I'm beating my head against the wall. I'm wasting my time and energy. I'm probably going to bust my head open at some point. Don't give two fucks. Okay? Society will screw up their character worrying about their reputation. Fuck my reputation. I'm going to stay in my character. I am who I am, and I'm not wavering for a damn thing on that. However you interpret that, that's your business. Don't care. The ones that love me and are meant for me will come up and ask me, hey, why are you doing this? Okay. And they're going to get it. I can only control my reaction. That's it. So you wonder why I say I got no fucks? I don't have no fucks. Right? Because I control my reaction. You know, restaurant manager, and so many people would tell me, I don't know how you do it. That job is so stressful. No, not stressful. As stressful as you make it. Shit happens. This goes back to the rules of life, right? Why are we here? Right? For experience, for learning, for growing. Okay, somebody makes a mistake. I trained manager for years. Honey, the easiest way to learn is to screw up. I'm going to expect you to screw up, okay? But I also expect you to learn from it. I don't hire kids. I hire adults. I'm not going to ever yell at you. I'm going to say, hey, this is what you did wrong. This is how you fix it. We screw up. That's how we learn. We grow. We get better.
Yeah, we got to experience it and go through it. Or else, exactly, then we only know what our domestication has been growing up, only know what our lenses see. Yeah, it's so true. And that takes time. That's a journey to go on. It's not easy peasy. Okay, cool. The next day, I'm going to understand and know and that what you're saying. It's really.
Yeah. So that's my mindset running businesses before I ever woke up.
Yeah.
And how I would train people. So if I'm looking at, okay, these guys are going to screw up, you know, as long as you're giving me effort, I can fix anything. So I don't focus on the screw up. I'm not sitting there, oh, Johnny burnt the fire up or whatever. You know what? Okay, how do we get it functioning and operational and everything else? I always knew you cannot go back and change the hand of time. And everyone's always focusing on the problem. Well, when you start getting on the problem, you're not thinking clearly. You can't see the solution and the way out of it. And that's why I've always done the damn Aquarius moon. So that's why, you know, when you're asking me if I'm nervous, right? I don't know that.
I did. I was like, are you nervous?
All the years of sports. I had team members going and throwing up before games. And I'm just more, can we get this thing started already? Can we go? Yeah, a little bit anxious, but never nervous. You know, and same thing, I don't stress. I can only do the best I can.
Yeah.
I can only give 100% effort. And if I put time and practice into it, that 100% is going to be a lot better than if I don't.
And have you always felt that way? Like, not that always had that attitude? Wow.
See what, and here's another thing with forgiveness with my mom. You know, she couldn't always be there for me. And that's fine. Her abandonment wounds. And this is generational. I could sit there and go on for hours how her childhood was so similar to mine. And thankfully, I broke most of my kids. It probably only about maybe 15-20% trickled down to them. Got to a point where my husband got injured, and I had to go back to work, and he stayed home with the kids. So there was still a little bit of that abandonment stuff, but most of them were older. So DNA, hair, eyes, everything else is programming, traditional, cultural, habits, the family processes emotions, eating habits. This is what they're linking and saying it's your DNA. You're going to have to be that way. Not true. Not true at all.
Yeah, I don't believe it either.
I'm sorry. Wow. I got lost where I was going.
That was good. Oh my God, I was there with it all. I'm just like, wow. No, and I just, you're so insightful too. When you do, you speak, and you speak with such authority and such sureness within yourself, knowingness. And like I said, you're tapped into your heart. So, and that is, I mean, it's not very common. It's not very common, you know. Some are just learning to tap into their heart, but they're they're awakening and they're the warriors. And so it takes a lot.
Everybody is on a different journey.
Yes.
Different timeline to learn different lessons.
Yeah.
And we're all reflections of each other. Everybody is, you're either the teacher or the student. For all that I do know, I teach. And there's so much more stuff I don't know, and I'm a student of.
And love it.
People ask me stuff, about this herb, and I am not the herbal guru. I'm a baby in that field, okay? I'm more the emotional, physical body. I can tell you a lot about that, and I'm still learning on that. So that's the Libra and the Justice that I hate misinformation. So you ask me about a certain, I don't know, go over there, man. I can steer you in the right direction usually, but I hate lies, I hate misinformation, so I'm not going to answer that. But it irritates people because I'm always right, because I only speak up for what I know. Like, but I don't.
Well, that's good though. You're able to recognize and you're able to be truthful and honest with yourself, and you're able to say, hey, there's some stuff I really feel I know it. Maybe I can say I'm an expert, but there's still room to grow. There's other things I'm a student of. And so you're always that balance, you know? I mean, that's how I view it too. And you said you're a teacher.
Here's the thing. What's an expert? It's a reputation. What is an expert?
What is it?
There isn't any. There isn't any. You go to college, you get a degree. Yeah.
Yeah.
But their experience, not an expert, but an experience. It's their truth. It's all we're doing is speaking our own truth. If you're tapped into your intuition, then some of my truth is going to resonate. Some of it's not. I've been a freaking nature for years. I just learned how to embrace it. I'm not for everybody. And that's fine, right? That's why there's so many of us, and we're so unique and so different.
So unique and different. I mean, like, it's beautiful. That's how we learn from each other. We share in our wisdom and take what resonates.
Exactly. Everybody has their truth. There's no such thing as a fact either. Because everything you can prove, I can disprove, right? A fact is just that many more opinions. That's all a fact is a whole collective of opinions that they're like, okay, here it is.
Yeah,
so that's why it's now. It's telling us it's time?
Oh, no. I said it's like, you know, everybody says, okay, it's proven. That's a proven fact now. There we go. Yeah. It's all about perception. It's all about your own perception, your viewpoint, your domestication, your programming. It's so many factors. And having that understanding, that knowing, and that compassion, and that's why, too, you're not really bothered, because you understand that. You're not taking everything personally, what people say.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've had a few of those. I'm working on a program right now with Angel at Holistic Fashionista and Sophia Rising, and it's like 5D leadership and stuff. And she uses that Lifepath Astrology for us to tap into exactly who we are and find our niche and our clients that'll help us evolve. It's not a one-way street, and we're just helping people. It keeps us going and growing and being more creative, too, and finding who we are. And that's a lot of what I was like, my Chiron with Aries, my identity. I'm like, that is my biggest wound, you know, and so much to overcome. And I've always been with astrology and stuff like that, but I'm trying to get out of the one-on-one and free up more of my time so that I can work with more people and reach more people.
What do you do now? Because you're talking about clients. I know you have a nursing home, but then also you have this one-on-one client base. Is that how?
Yes. I do a lot of one-on-one. I do a lot of, it's sort of, I guess, traditional therapy, but what I really specialize is core wounding.
Okay.
So we take a deep dive to what the issues are, like, which would be my abandonment wish, and take you back to that time, and we'll find where that core is, and find a restaurant. And when you're over here thinking it's just the childhood stuff, no, there's usually a specific.
Yes.
We'll identify what it is. And a couple of techniques I use gives that person a little separation. So while I'm holding space and making that comfortable area for them to really dive into that, and not needing that validation or what's the person thinking, that's that safe space.
Yeah.
We're pulling that root out.
Yep.
You know? And here's another thing that you have to watch, is that some healers leave at that situation, and they got that empty hole. Who am I? What's going on? There's the transmutation you have to add to it. You're pulling, you have to plant something else in there. So
yes.
part of my system is going to be weeding the emotional garden.
Oh, I like that.
All right, you got to weed it, but you got to plant it too. So last dive I went on, it was, okay, you're feeling that, release it from that situation. Now give that little kid the biggest hug. Oh. Tell them they're amazing. They did it's not them, it was somebody else. They did nothing wrong. There's nothing that's not lovable, and we fill that child back up with love. Oh. And then give them a few perspective changes on a few different habits, and that's it.
And there you go. Now you have that foundation, and not a lot of
that's
people
the repairing.
That. Yeah.
That's the repairing you have to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because we don't get that unconditional love. We have to learn to give it to ourselves. We don't get that respect with our voice and our opinion, or the option of allowing to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
And all those emotions, depending on what it is, stays within us. Just like every teeth has a marker for all of your organs, every emotion does too.
Yeah.
So
it's all connected.
Anger and resentment issues, it's going to come in the disease of a cancer and attack your liver type stuff.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
You silence your voice, you got blood pressure issues, thyroid issues. Right? You have sexual trauma. Okay. You got reproductive.
Might even
lower back. Right? You have lower back and leg pain. It's your root chakra, your safety and security. Everything's connected. This is why the medical field, I haven't had medical insurance in years. 2 separate doctors, so you never make the connection, so you don't truly heal. I have somebody I'm working with right now that they want to remove part of her uterus and part of her breast.
Yeah.
She's
self-healing. She can heal everything.
Oh, yeah. I was on a session with her, and I taught her the transmutation, right? She's like, oh, hold on, pain, breathe. Okay? Ask for that love and light to come in. Ask for that violet flame, right? Keep doing your breathing. She's like, it felt like somebody threw a warm blanket on me. Yeah. Yep.
That's the warmth, that's the love, that's the warmth, that's the light.
Yeah. You'll feel that warm and fuzzy. Keep breathing until you feel in it and on your extremities and stuff.
Chill.
Okay, now every time you get the pain, that's what you do. Okay? Few weeks, few months, you're not going to have that pain. You're purging. Okay? You have to have time and patience. But you keep asking for that transmutation. You keep asking for that violet flame. Right? Keep doing your breath work. You don't need the meds. Those meds screw up the best chemical plant there is.
Yeah. True.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Serotonin, 50% of that's made in your gut.
Mm-hmm.
What crap are you eating? You're suppressing that. No wonder why you're depressed.
Yeah. But we're addicted. People are addicted. They're addicted to sugar, addicted to all this stuff. And But when they're ready, when you're really ready, you will do it. You will, and you'll be never happier.
I'm not free of all my crap. I'm still going. Okay, yeah. I'm done smoking. You know, cigarettes. I'm almost done with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee and that's my only vices left. Everything else is gone. I got 18 garden beds. I'm almost done with the greenhouse, getting self-sufficient, growing all of our own vegetables, fruits. You know, it's a journey, not the destination. Never the destination. It's the journey.
It is.
Have fun.
Yes, have fun. As spiritual beings having this human experience, remembering we are human. We are human. It's okay, you know? Wow.
And that non-attachment, right? If we get into that, expectation. Everyone's going to be here forever for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. When you live in the now, you appreciate the now. You don't worry about what happened yesterday. You don't worry about tomorrow. You only have the now.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the healing also, you get that unconditional love. You stop talking to me tomorrow, it's about you, not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you your space. I love you to death, sister. You go do your thing, and we'll meet up on the flip side whenever that is. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm still going to have love and life for you, but you got to do your thing. And if you can't participate with me, then I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with death. It's a transition.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a transition. I can still see him with the picture. Right?
Mm-hmm.
To look at this shit's real.
Yeah.
Real. Okay? So I can still talk to him. Shit, I still see one of them go sit down in her chair. I definitely feel him.
Yeah.
I just can't touch him.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. And if I'm living every day of my life like Valentine's Day, Christmas, and Thanksgiving, I think one of my stories up there today, I love you all, people. I love you. Right? I buy random gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need a special day. If you're one of my soul family, you know it. I send that love. I appreciate the time I have. I make the most of the moment. And when they're not there, then I'm thankful for the time I did have with that person or that experience. And that's it. It's not a loss. I'm grateful for what I did have, not focused on what I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I transition. So.
Teresa! Oh my gosh, I could just listen to you forever. I'm just I have so many questions. I mean, so many questions. But I know we're already past the hour. But oh my gosh. Okay. Teresa, you're so amazing. Thank you for everything that you're doing for humanity. Thank you for everything that you're doing. Just standing in your power, in your light, in your infinite love source energy, standing in it, that is it ripples out. And that is there's no words of how powerful that is.
I saw it at the funeral last week. I got another one tomorrow, unfortunately.
Oh,
you know, anybody want to stand up and speak? And two people moved next to me, but they didn't go up to the microphone. And I'm just, okay, now I understand why I had to go to this funeral. Okay, I'm going. 15, 20 seconds, somebody budged. But the second I was done, line of 20 people did it. Somebody had to break the ice.
See? Sometimes you allow others to, they get the courage, okay, they did it, okay, I can do it. And that goes with everything in life. She's standing strong. She said no. She's, she can do it. She's been past it. She went through, it's the example.
How do you raise your kids?
Mm-hmm.
You don't tell them. I could tell you everything in the world. Okay? You show them. You lead by example. We copy. A leader leads by example. And that's why they say New Earth leaders.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Beautiful. Oh, How can somebody get a hold of you to book a one-on-one session if you're still, as I know you said you kind of want to get more into like a group setting, but just DM you or what's
Yeah, pretty much just DM me. I do respond. Right now, being so much in, let's see, my age, I felt I was computer challenged for a while, and it cut me stock. We do it to ourselves. We are our own worst enemy.
Yes.
So part of this class, you know, of course, I had login trouble and every other computer tech challenge problem there was. Let go of all limiting beliefs, right? Mm-hmm. I've always known I can do it. I was just too scared to screw something up. I'm smart enough to figure it out. I just needed the kick in the ass to do it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm in the process of developing, you know, the webpage and diving into all the computer tech stuff because I just literally, so many hours of work, I could run the systems that were in front of me. And then I went home and spent time with my kids.
For sure.
So I didn't, you know, do a whole lot of internet. So it's, you know, it's new to me.
Whatever.
It's not going to kill me. Just make me stronger.
Exactly.
Even the shadow ban, I just looked at it with my other account, the shadow ban. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, well, God wants me to redirect my focus on something else right now. And I'm still going to find ways to get that information out. I just have to be smarter and more creative.
Mm-hmm. That's
roll with the punches, man, you know.
Flow and like the water.
Exactly. Don't sit there and focus on the obstacle. Which way can I go around it? Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing with life. Everyone focuses on what's blocking them. Mm-hmm. Instead of, let me change the angle. Mm-hmm. And that's what perception is. Mm-hmm. What's stupid? Closed-minded. What's intelligent? Open-minded. Mm-hmm. Okay. How much of your brain do you use? What's your IQ? Mm-hmm. That's the direct correlation to that. Okay. When you participate in limited belief system, the scientists are going to prove that you use, the average person, 8 to 10% of their brain. Okay? Mm-hmm. What's the average IQ score? 8 to 10%. 80 to 100. A genius will use 14% of their brain. What's a genius's IQ score? 40. Now, when you take all that limited belief system and knock it out of the park, and you reparent yourself and get your own belief system, and know knowledge is power, and just start exploring the Seven of Cups.
Yeah.
I think about 220-ish, 240 right now on an IQ.
Wow.
And I've told a few other people, dude, do it on you. It's mind-blowing. Wow. But here's the thing. I don't look at it as like, oh, well, I'm way higher than a genius. No, I look at it as if I'm thinking using 22 to 24% of my brain. It's like, there's a lot of empty space up there. I got about 75 or 80% I got to fill. So it keeps you humble at the same time.
Yeah. Yes.
So, yeah.
I love that. Oh, Teresa, we have to have another one because I got so many questions I said I asked you. So we'll do another one with Teresa.
Are you available? Let's clip off and come back on.
I have another meeting.
No problem. Another time then. No problem then. See, speaking up, I respect the boundaries. This is how it works.
Communication and honesty.
It is key. Yes. Yes. All right, love. Okay. We'll hook up again soon as our schedules coincide. Yeah. And you can fire away.
Yes, and I love to just hear you speak. So, thank you so much. Thank you for everything, Teresa, and thank you everybody who showed up and showed your love and support so much. Oh, okay, all right. Oh, I don't have to go, but okay, I don't have to. Okay.
Okay, we'll do it again.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.